My interview was conducted through Facebook messaging. I had actually went to grade school all the way through high school with a girl who is type 1 diabetic, and she agreed to interview with me, but the only way that we could do that was through Facebook because we live several hours away now. And so I'll go ahead and I'll go over the questions that I had asked and her answers. I asked her how long she has been a diabetic, and she said she's been a diabetic for about 12 years. She uses the omnipod for management of her diabetes, which she has went through several different systems and ways of managing her diabetes, but she said that her main concern before using the omnipod was that she wasn't for sure if it would knock off easily or not. She said it's small and it sticks off the skin just a little bit since it's wireless and has no tubing. So she was afraid that it would knock off and she wouldn't notice and it wouldn't manage her diabetes. I asked her what benefits she has found while using it. She said that she has found a lot better control and peace knowing that her insulin is always running and she doesn't have to pull out the needle and bottle when she is sick. She says, I can just pull out my PDM and it's a lot more convenient. So basically with the Omnipod, she fills it up with the max, I think she said 200 or 250 units at a time, and then she attaches it to her skin on her stomach after she applies some skin prep, and it gives her slow doses of insulin whenever she needs it. And so it's a lot more control for her diabetes. Instead of being stuck 4 times a day, she's only stuck once. She can wear it for 3 days at a time. I asked her, what do you hope they will continue to improve the Omnipod by? She says that she hopes they will add a CGM built to the Omnipod so she only has to wear one Omnipod instead of constantly having to change it. I asked her how long she's been using the Omnipod, and she said that she's been on it since 2012. And I asked her if it's ever malfunctioned. She said that it has malfunctioned. Sometimes the insulin doesn't prime, or one will just deactivate without notice. They are fully refunded, but at the same time, it's a little concerning for her because she has to manually check and see if it's working or not by the little remote that she has. So that's how she knows whether it's working or not. I asked her, do you feel the Omnipod manages your sugar better than you could with the ACHS AccuChecks? She says that, in my opinion, the Omnipod does its job. I wear another device called the Dexcom that checks your blood sugars every so often, so I don't have to manually check it as much. I still check with the Omnipod, so I know they are both on the same page. So she basically double checks to make sure that both of them are working appropriately and they match. I said, how well do you have to manage your diet while using it? She said she still has to manage her diet very well and carb count when she eats. It's the easiest way to manage it for me, she says. I asked, does it warn you if you are too low as well as too high? She said it does not warn her at all, either way, whether she's too low or too high, but maybe soon, hopefully, is what she's hoping for, and they'll continue to improve that as well. And then my last question was, how often does it check your sugars, or do you have to tell the Omnipod to check it for you? She said that she manually checks 4 times a day on the Omnipod system. So it was very informative, and I knew little about the Omnipod. I had never worked with the Omnipod throughout my nursing career. I've seen a video on it, but I didn't really know exactly how it worked. So that was very informative, and I enjoyed asking her questions.